How to get out of your head during sex. Who else wants to get rid of that internal voice that says your stomach looks huge in that, or your arms are too flabby? That voice isn't just annoying, it is actively shutting down your ability to feel desire. What if I told you it's not your body that's having a hard time getting in the mood, but rather it is where your attention is at right now? The latest neuroscience shows that your brain is wired to amplify whatever it is you focus on the most. And for most of us, that's all the things that we want to change. But the good news is a simple shift in focus can transform how sexy you feel without having to change a single thing about your appearance. And I know that sounds really wild and too good to be true, but stick with me here for a second because this is science. We're talking about science. It is scientifically proven. And I'm going to share Becca's story to help prove it to you. So let me paint a picture here for you. Here we are with Becca. It's 8 p.m. on a Thursday night. She just got out of the shower, and for a split second, before that critical brain of hers kicks in, she feels really good. Her skin is warm from the water. She likes the way she smells from her body wash. She's wrapped in her fluffy blue towel and she's relaxed from the heat of the shower. She feels good. And then she catches a glimpse of herself in the mirror, and that internal monologue kicks on. Look at my stretch marks. My thighs rub together too much. My stomach isn't even close to flat. I should really start that diet again. By the time she even puts on her pajamas, any hint of that confidence, of that self-assuredness, gone. So she crawls into bed and she curls up into a ball because now she feels like shit about herself. So when her husband rolls over to spoon her, she thinks, ugh, no, please, not tonight. It's not because she doesn't love him. It's not because she doesn't want the connection, but because she just spent the last 20 minutes convincing herself that she's completely undesirable. And on our coaching calls, she would say, like, I've always had aspects of my body that I wanted to change or I wasn't super confident about, but I never used to be so hard on myself like I am now. It's like this tape is nonstop playing in the background of my head with all of the things that I hate about my body and all of the things that I don't like and all the things I wish that I could change. So when he wants to have sex, that's all I can think about. And I can't get out of my head. This, my friend, is called spectatoring, and it happens when we hyper focus in on our flaws, on the things that we feel self-conscious about. And the reason this starts happening more often over time and is harder to break is because you get stuck in the cycle. You get stuck in this deficit-based mindset because the more time and effort you spend beating yourself up and being really critical and focusing on your flaws, the more you start to see that and the less control you feel you have. It feels really out of control. But here's the thing. If I say to myself, I don't want to feel so fat, is that actionable? Is that helpful? Does that give me direction? No. What it does is focus on what I actually don't want and what I can't do anything with. I can't give myself direction and figure out what I want to do when I'm saying I just don't want to feel like this. So it's draining all of my energy, focusing on this thing I don't want to feel in the first place without any sort of helpful changes. But if I were to say to myself, I want to feel more toned or have more energy or build some more muscle, I can do something with all that stuff. I can go to the gym. I can shift my diet. I can get more sleep. So what this shift is about reclaiming your control. And the neuroscience behind this is fascinating. Your brain physically strengthens your neural pathways that you use the most. So when you constantly focus on what you don't like, you are literally building stronger criticism highways in your brain, and the appreciation highways are getting weaker and weaker. It's like really using one muscle and not using another. That one that you're using is going to get stronger, the other one is going to atrophy because you're not using it as much. So yes, this neuroplasticity is like a superpower, but it is so much more than just shifting your thinking because it helps shift your action, which shifts your reality. So my number one tip to be aware of this, to help you with this, is to take note of your language, because that will tell you where you are coming from and which mindset you are stuck in, or which one you are in at the moment. Be aware of your language. I don't want. I can't. I'll never. These are all phrases that you are in a deficit-based mindset. It's what you don't want versus I want to. I'd like to feel. These are strengths-based. And the more you think about what you're seeking, the more you can take steps to move in that direction, the more in control you can feel and actually make changes. This is a game changer for my clients because they've all spent years in this mindset. I don't want sex to feel like such a chore. I don't want to feel bad every time I say no. I don't want to feel like there's something wrong with me anymore. So we get stuck in this mindset, right? Let alone the internal dialogue that shows up around how we feel about our own bodies and being naked and the confidence and all that kind of stuff that women struggle with because of all the messages we take in about how we're supposed to look and what our appearance is supposed to be like, right? So give this a try this week and see how different it feels. Thinking about how you want to feel because it's very different than what we're used to and it can be huge for you. Huge. And if you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your relationship with your body and reclaiming your natural sensuality so you can enjoy feeling desired again and actually feel desirable, book a call with me. Because imagine looking in the mirror and feeling good instead of so critical and bringing that same energy into the bedroom. That is the power of shifting focus. So give this a try, and I hope it helps.